So my Harry Potter story sort of actually starts with the film, because this was in 2001, so this was just after the film had come out, and we were having like a movie night, or it might have been 2002, I'm not sure, but it had just come out on VHS, I suppose. They used them, and we were watching. We had movie night at school, and I was 5, so I was rather young. And you could either choose between watching Little Mermaid or Harry Potter. So most of the people chose Harry Potter because I wanted to be like sort of the cool kid and watch the scary movie. I watched Harry Potter as well. Of course, I got terrified by the time they went down the trapdoor and the Devil's Snare, so I kind of left and watched the rest of Little Mermaid instead. But I remembered it, and right after the second movie came out, my cousin started boasting about how cool it was and how he'd seen it, and I wanted to see it as well because he thought it was so good. And there was this big snake and stuff, and I was a year older, of course, so it was gonna be scary anymore. Even though I was terrified the first time I saw the one. So me and my mom had a compromise. I was allowed to see it if I read the books first. And I just started to sort of get into reading properly. But me and my mom started reading them together. We started the first book. We got sort of hooked. We'd read a chapter every night. It was sort of our bonding time. I remember that was my favorite time of the day. And then that's sort of when we got into the books. And the first 4 books had come out at that point. We read them all. By the time we got the 4th book, I was too impatient to wait for my mom every night, because she would only read a chapter to me. So I kind of just, by the time we were halfway through, I just read the rest by myself, because I was too impatient to wait. And I could read pretty fluently by myself by then as well. So then we waited a year, I think. The next year was my 7th or my 8th birthday, I think, and that's when I got the 5th book, my birthday, which is at the end of July. And I read that very quickly. I read that all myself. I didn't bother waiting for my mom either. I think I read it in like 4 days or something, 4 or 5 days. It was quickest I've read a book that big. Next year, the 6th book came out, my 9th birthday. I got it for my birthday. I read it out in 3 days. And then for my 9th birthday, of course, I won a letter, of course, to Hogwarts. I didn't get it, but I did get my the 7th book, because that was the year the 7th book came out. And I read that in 2 days. And it was kind of annoying because it was my birthday, so of course we had to have a party first, and I wasn't allowed to read then. And then my second cousin, she's her birthday the same day as me, so we went to visit them, and we spent the night there because they actually live in Oslo, on the other side of the country. But they were just visiting their sort of summer vacation home because they have that here, and we were visiting them there. And my mom got kind of mad at me because I just spent my whole time in book, even though with my nose stuck in the book, reading, even though all my cousins were there and they all wanted me to sort of be social. I didn't get to finish it quite as quickly as I wanted to, or read it quite as quickly and as much as I wanted to the first few days, but yeah, and I really loved it, and I cried, and it was sad, and I don't know, since I've read all the books like dozens of times. I don't know how many times, a lot of times. The only not very fun thing is that one. I was really into the fandom on the internet level, sort of, so I never got to, I was a kid. I'm still a kid, but I was like 8, 9 for most of the time when most of the books came out, so I never theorized or anything, and I never got to have that sort of excitement phase, and I regret this. So I wish I was older, so I could sort of experience that, because that was a sort of big thing. I just sort of waited for the books to come out and looked forward to finding out everything. I didn't even think about who all the different clues and who R.A.B. could be, and etc. But yeah, so I wish I was part of that. Actually, funny thing is because, you know, I got the 7th book on my 11th birthday, and today is my sister's 11th birthday, on the 9th of July. So I am giving her the coolest birthday present you can get when you're 11. I'm giving her a Hogwarts Letter. This one kind of sucks because I can't write the envelope and stuff, but the inside is pretty cool, in my opinion. So I'm going to show you that. I'm kind of ruining the envelope now. So yeah, this is the main letter that I made her. So it says, in this version, I had Flitwick be the deputy headmaster because McGonagall's the headmistress and I couldn't really think of who else. I figured he was a good choice for deputy headmaster, I suppose. So yeah, and it also says, it's a bit longer than the original one because it just says a bit about how since we're in Norway, so there's this new law that the International Confederation of Warlocks passed that says that every school that has more than 100 students, every magical school must have 5 national students to sort of like tighten the bonds with other countries and cultures and etc. So she got that, and I'm also giving her 3 kroner, and the pretense for that will be the traveling expenses. They give her 3 kroner too, because she has to go to the nearest Porky office, and then she'll take Porky to London, where a ministry official will show her Diagon Alley, and then she'll stay in the college, and then she'll take the train to Hogwarts. So that's cool. So I made it all. This is just normal paper, so I sort of made it look old with tea. And that's the second one. Wait, where are the books? Books and stuff that she needs is. So I hope it looks okay. I don't know if you can see properly. And it's the same book list that Harry got, except that I have one extra book called Blood Wars, just about the whole war with Voldemort and about Harry Potter and stuff, because I feel that's pretty relevant probably at this point, as it's only 10 years or 12 years since final battle, and they'd still be learning about that stuff, and to discourage anything like that ever happening again. And I had Penelope Clearwater write it because she'd be like in her late 30s and she sounded like a smart person. I needed someone to write it that would be recognizable. I guess that's it. But I thought it was pretty cool. I wish I had a Hogwarts Letter when I turned 11. Of course, Deathly Hallows wasn't a bad substitute as a present either. So it was not the most exciting Harry Potter story ever, but that's pretty much it, and I've sort of grown up with it, and it's taught me a lot of what I know about being a good person, and I just love them, and I never get tired of reading them, and yeah, that's sort of the only thing I regret about it, the fact that I was so young. But I'm sort of more into the actual fandom now, which sort of just increased my love for Harry Potter. But yeah, so that's cool. So I'll see you on Monday. So good night. Bye.